I haven't got a clue what happened there. But anyway, we're back. We're live. We're here with another edition of the Sunday Bunch on SAFC Fan TV. And with us tonight, we've got Jacob, Terry, and the new boy, Brandon, is with us today as well tonight to discuss all things Sunderland. Jacob, how's your day been?
Not too bad, Philly, mate. Thanks for asking. Weather's not been too great down south, as you say, in the capital. Wet and windy. Just been in watching footy, doing some cooking. Actually went out shopping earlier. I needed to do a food shop. So, yeah, a very chilled Sunday, mate.
No, but weather not been too great down south. You mean, is it been a little bit breezy? Is that what you mean? Is that what you're saying?
Well, we've been joined by as the storm.
We've been joined by Terry. The Mad Mistake is with us. Terry, how's your day been?
It's been nice and chilled and relaxed for a change, Philly. It's a nice chilled one today.
That's all right. That's good. And we've got the new boy, Brandon, is with us. And how's your day been, Brandon?
Just easy, chill. Just football all day.
An easy chill. All right, for some lazy Sunday afternoon. Right then, don't forget, of course, we are live, which means you can join us via the live chat. If you've got anything to say, get it on there. We'll try and include as many people as we can. Already on there, Peter Solkold is first up. Evening, lads and lasses. Well, evening, lads, unless any of you fellas want to tell us anything. Scrappy Dog is on there. Stephen Thornton. Our very own Emma, we're back, yay! Black Cats TV, which is Mike and Conrad on there as well. Mickey Stewart, Rooster Colburn, Stephen Martin, and Jeff as well. 2 V's, apparently. I haven't got a clue. Right, so we're going to start off with yesterday's game then. Sunderland 2, Plymouth Argyle 2. It was always going to happen. Typical Sunderland. First thing I want to ask, did Reggie pick the right team? Did he get the team right? Jacob, you shaking your head. Jacob?
Nah, listen, I've got to give Reggie some praise for the position he's got us in so far this season, but he got it wrong yesterday, I'm afraid. Starting a defensive midfielder at home against a side who are bottom of the table, taking one of our best players from Tuesday in Mayenda, putting him on the bench for a game like this, for me, it was the complete wrong decision. I can understand squad rotation, but then again, I think Terry mentioned this on his vlog yesterday. We've got over a week to our next game, which is Borough away. So just get it out the way. You know, pick your strongest team for this one, get your 3 points, because it was a huge opportunity missed considering Sheffield United's result the previous evening. Yeah, starting Samed particularly was a strange one for me. He's the sort of player in a good solid defensive midfielder you bring on to see out games rather than play from the start. Bring him on to win second balls. The fact that he was in over Rig puzzled me as well. But aside that, we should have done better to see out the game, even from the team selection he did make from the start. We'll come on to that a little bit later. But yeah, really disappointing. Really disappointing.
Yeah, okay. Am I right to assume was Rig just rested yesterday? Is that what that was about? Terry, did he get the wrong team when you saw the lineup when it came out? What was your thoughts on that?
I remember worried that he started Sameed after not much game time at all. You know, did we take Plymouth lightly? Did you think it would just be a walk in the park for Sunderland today? To be fair, Sameed shouldn't have been anywhere near the starting 11. If we're going to drop Rig to rest him, you bring Lefay and put him in the middle, his natural position, put Mayenda on the left. Simple. I don't know why we're mucking about. You know, we're making life hard for ourselves. We had a fantastic opportunity to bridge that gap, but I think from the off, won the back foot straight away. I mean, the team should still be good enough to take Plymouth, but we are making it difficult for ourselves. You're bringing a player at this moment in time on paper, he's worth the most in the whole of the squad. You know, he cost 23 million to go to Roma, and he's sticking him on the left wing when his natural position is available yesterday because you're resting Chris Rig, but you bring Sameed in instead. It's absolutely bizarre.
Right, okay. Just very quickly, we'll go to the chat before we come to you, Brandon. Stephen Martin on the chat says, as I said to Terry, so somebody been chatting to you, Terry. If we don't go up this season, it has to be top 2 next season. No playoffs at all, everyone. Emma is saying Rig didn't live a match against Derby, in her opinion. Brandon, what did you think when you saw the team? Did Reggie get it wrong yesterday?
Yeah. I don't know what it was. When I seen Rig wasn't playing, I was like, what's he doing here? And then Samed over Rig. He just, I reckon he thought, you know what, the bottom of the league, easy going, we should win, play Samed, and then we just couldn't get the result what we needed.
Yeah, I mean, we're all saying, you know, as he looked at it on paper and said, have we won this? Go on, Terry.
Does any of you three think that because Samed's fit now, it's in his loan, he's got to play some football, and he's been sort of had his hands tied, Labrie? I don't quite know.
Jacob?
There's one thing. I personally think Labrie believes that Samed will be a key player for us, particularly as the season gets towards the latter stages, and he wants him to get as many minutes now to get him up to the best he can be, considering he missed the first 6 months for injury at the start of the season. I think him starting him typifies that he can play a big role in this side, but it was too much of a risk to play him from the start yesterday. I think one thing that I think unlocked Plymouth, where we found the weaknesses, particularly second after we went a goal down, was it the pace in the final third. We only really started playing when Mayenda came on the pitch, because our play in the first half with Samed in the middle, Lafi on the left, we did good things out wide, but in the centre it was too pedestrian. We're moving the ball slow, and Samed, for me, I think right now at this moment in time, he should just appreciate what he can do when he is on the pitch, and the better option is bringing him on when we're trying to defend the lead, not from the start.
It makes no sense going defensive when you're playing the worst team in the league, when you won 4 games, and the confidence they've got at the moment, just lost the best player, Whittaker, and yet you play up defensive. It's like, we're at home, we're the home team, playing against the worst team in the league. Just go for it.
Right. Well, we're going to come on to that anyway. Just very quickly, back to the chat. Tony Lee's on there, all right, Mungie and the lads. Rooster Coburn says, against the better teams, we press and play with tempo. Against poorer teams, there's no tempo or press. It baffles me. Tony Huntington, worst game this season. Again, like I said, we'll get on to things like that. Ian Brown says, make or break season. If we don't get promoted via the automatics or Wembley, Rig, Pato, Job are all gone, and you can add Isidore and Mepham to that list, seeing as they are loan players. Just very quickly, we got 60 people on the stream at the moment. If you want to just hit the thumbs up, give us a like, that will help us. And it seems we've been stuck on these amount of subs forever. So if you're not subscribed to us yet, we're only 130 subscribers away from that magical 10,000. Hit the subscribe button. It's free to do so. And, we'll love you forevermore. Do you think then, I mean, I'd hate to think it, but have we been guilty yesterday of looking at it on paper and saying, look, you know, the bottom of the league, it's the job done. I mean, Plymouth were 12-1 to win the game. I know they didn't win the game, but I mean, you know, those sort of odds, you know, I'd hate to think that was the case. Brendan, do you think we've been guilty of that yesterday?
Yeah, very guilty.
Really? I'd like to think we're more professional than that. Like, Terry?
I think we took it lightly with them. I think the whole Samed situation, getting them prepared for the back end of the season, it's just doesn't wash for me, because you just dropped 2 points. So you're going to have to go now and get 3 points off Middlesbrough to make this right against Plymouth. It's just, you're wasting points. I mean, how many games have we thrown points away in the last few seconds or a few minutes of the game? You know, we Plymouth yesterday, Stoke we lost in 92 minutes. Blackburn, we let a goal in 90 minutes to get a draw. Sheffield United, we were 0-0, 83 minutes lost. Millwall,
Watford.
92 minutes, we're winning,
I
1-1,
know.
and then Coventry, 2 up against Coventry. All them points just thrown away because we go defensive towards the end. But yeah, I think we did. I thought we took Plymouth lightly. I thought we just thought, right, we'll play Sam Aid and we'll beat these easily, and it just backfired.
Right, okay. Jacob, are you agreeing with that?
Yeah, something's not clicking in the side right now in terms of how we see out games. I think there needs to be some sort of tactical tweak, I should say, from the manager in order for us to solve this problem. Because even if you look at the game on Tuesday against Derby, second half, they had us on the ropes for about a 10-15 minute period. They were putting crosses into the box. We had decent, headers of the ball in the box, to clear our lines. But at the same time, against a better side who had more quality up front, that would have punished us. And Derby are down there for a reason. But at the same time, we seem to, in the second half of games, I thought we solved this problem earlier on in the season, and we seem to have gone backwards on a defensive point of view. Lebrie's tactic at the minute is to be hopefully ahead by half time and set up with the players he's got to counter the opposition. Now that can work because we've got lethal pace in the side, but to try and do it for a full 45 minutes, it's really tough, really tough.
Right, okay then. All right, Jay. I mean, I think we can probably all agree. Loath I am to have a pop at Reggie, because he's done an absolutely superb job this season. But I think he has to take the blame for yesterday. The setup was just wrong. Even here on the on the chat, Will Allen saying problem is Job and especially Neil were unsure of the new positions with Samad there. One way ticket. Dave says exactly the same. Neil unsure about the position he was asked to play yesterday, pushing forward. And we're doing well. We're doing really well. So why change it?
It's exactly right. Why change it? Leave Neil where he is, and then put Lefay, back in the middle somewhere. I just don't understand why we're doing it and why we're going so negative towards the end of games, bringing on defenders. I mean, we've got Adil as Sheesh on the bench. We could have brought him off if you wanted to take Roberts off. Brought him on if you want to take Roberts off. Why are we taking Roberts off, putting Yelder on? We're just going too defensive, inviting the other team onto us. We invite pressure, and we can't cope with it.
He took Isidore off for Yelder.
That's it, Isidore. I mean, now you're just like,
but the thing is,
it at all.
I mean, we're going to get onto that now anyway. This sitting back. I mean, especially, no disrespect to Plymouth, because I think in the end, I think we were lucky to get a point. I mean, they were the chances if they'd put their chances away, they'd have won that game easily. And I just thought we were poor. So no disrespect to them, but I mean, when we're one goal up and all this sitting back and at home to the bottom team in the league, you think what's going on? And this is probably the reason what's cost us all these late points, what we've lost. Jacob, you want in there?
We are actually a better side when we're chasing the game, when we're a goal down rather than defending leads. We're more like. Is that why
we
attacking players?
Is that why we always give a goal away straight away? I mean, the amount of times we've gone one down this season has just been ridiculous. But I don't
in the first half, I thought Plymouth were awful. I thought we were all over them. I thought we just couldn't create enough. Why are we going one up front against Plymouth at home? Why don't we just play a 4-4-2? Have me underneath, stop top. I just don't get it. If you go 2 or 3 goals up in the first half, when the confidence is shot, as they grew into the game, the confidence become obviously the grew in confidence as the game went on. We end up sitting back. Just go for the jugular from the start. We could have been a couple up in the first half, then there would have been the heads would have went down and it'd been game over.
Well, I think you're probably right, sir. I mean, we did have the first half, but I don't think we peppered their goal.
That's why we needed 2 up top, not just one. He was isolated.
Yeah, it's so even though we did boss the first half, we weren't reining in all these shots. Brandon, sitting back, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, Are we just not very good at seeing the game out, or should we not be doing that?
We should be playing like till the very end, until the whistle blows, getting the result we need instead of what we're doing now, conceding last minutes every game. Just trying to get the ball in our net and score as many goals as we can. But
yeah, sort of attacks the best form of defence, really, for us.
Did anybody actually watch Samid in his game? You know, for me, it looked like somebody who hadn't played for a long time. Obviously, hadn't. Looks like somebody who did. It was like a new player coming into the side, a young new player. It looked a bit lost. He was just passing the ball sideways all the time. There was nothing going forward for me. I just
He was definitely he was at fault for their first goal.
He was so poor.
He was just fanning about on the ball.
It was a shocking decision to start him, and I don't know, like I say, whether it's in his contract because he's on loan, whether there's interference from Speakman coming down saying he has to play. I don't know.
Jacob?
I mean, we'll come on to the first goal in a bit, but I thought right now, I just think he's a player. When I watched him play yesterday, you see a player out there that is still needing a lot of match sharpness. I still agree that it was the wrong decision to start playing from the start yesterday. I think he just needs to be eased in a bit more. But then again, he's on loan, isn't it, to the end of the season. I mean, I don't know whether we've got an option in there to buy him if we do go up, but maybe that's why we're starting to integrate him in now, because Speakman sees him as a key player for next season. No matter what division we're in, who knows? Terry could raise a good point there.
Look, I'd send him back now. I'd send him home now.
I think that's a bit harsh.
We've got 4 decent central midfielders, right? We've got, obviously, because Alexic there as well. We've got Lefebvre, we've got Job, we've got Neil, we've got Rig, we've got Alexic. Why do we need Samid? We don't need him. We're going to carry him for a few more games.
We needed a defensive midfielder. We haven't had.
We need a striker.
We haven't had a
defensive midfielder.
We haven't had one since Corey Evans.
Right.
A natural defensive midfielder since Corey Evans in that.
What's
side.
Dan Neil done for the full season?
Well, let me jump in there, because we are going to get on.
He wants to play further up the pitch.
Well,
okay. Look, we are going to get on
to.
We're going to get onto that shortly. Anyway, I just quickly want to go to the chat once again. David Walker says Lefebvre will be gone too if we don't go up. Stephen Martin there says we haven't got the killer instinct. Ian Brown, fair point. This Labrise disrespected Plymouth somewhat. We wouldn't have changed the squad the way he did if we were against any other team. And that is probably nailed on, that Ian Brown. Great comment that. Probably right. Raymond Longstaff down here chucks this in. If you watch the Tony Mowbray interview on YouTube, he said Speakman was for asking why this player and that player was not playing. Is Speakman putting pressure on Reggie? Well, who knows? I mean, this giving away late goals, though, is just, it's costing us heavily, and could be the difference between us hitting top 2 or the playoffs. I mean, how do we stop it? Do we just? I mean, if he insists on closing the game down when we've got that lead, they've either got to practice better at doing that, or they've just got to go for it. And we just seem a better, since Labrise has taken over, we seemed, when he started, we were very much an attacking team. We were always going at other teams all the time. Do you think, has he changed the way we played, do you think? Terry?
I think we do that. I think we do that until we go in front. And then when we go in front, we seem to have a different mindset. Whether, like I say, against Derby in the first half, for me, after the first 10 minutes, we battered Derby. We could have been 3 or 4 up. Then second half, we're a different team altogether. I know teams who are getting beat will get the rollicking at half time, will raise the game. But Derby had injuries galore. They were all out of the shop. And we struggled in the second half. We just sat back. We looked like a rabbit in headlights. So I don't know what it is. I don't know what he says to them when they go in front. but we just seem to want to hang on to a lead instead of really going for 2 or 3 goals. Whenever we've always flattered to deceive this season as if we're going to batter a team 4-5-0, but it's not really happened apart from Sheffield. So apart from that game, we all seem to, as soon as we go in front, we seem to struggle a little bit. I don't know whether that's a mentality thing, whether that's coming from Regis Labrie. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but it needs to change. We've got 17 games to go now. We really need to change what we're doing and just go for 3 points every single game.
Righto, Terry. I don't fully agree when you say we are an attacking team until we go behind, and then we didn't, because I think at the start we are now, but I think at the start of the season, I think we carried on at people, because I remember sort of saying it's a breath of fresh air knowing that we're not now going to sit on that lead, and I think that's how we started off the season. And
but something tells me that I think Regis Labrie's changed something throughout the whole season, whether he's come in and that's not what he wants the team to do, whether he wants the team to be a counter-attacking team. So when they go in front, other teams come to them, then they go on the counter-attack again. But it doesn't always work. So like I say, there's something not right, whether it's mentality-wise or just the way they're setting the team up towards the end of games, especially because we just can't see out games.
Right, all right. Brendan, well, what do you think? Has he changed the way we play now then, do you think?
Yeah. I don't know what he says when he goes, like, if we're going into half-time winning or a goal or 2 up, I want to know what he says at half-time to the players, whether he tells them to relax at the back or whether he tells them to attack. But my mindset, I say that he's telling them to relax on the ball a bit more.
Do you think so? I'm just, I mean, we've always said a lot on this channel. We're never the same team 2 halves. You've either got, you got first half and second half Sunderland. But I don't know. Let me quickly go to the chat before I bring you in, Jacob, because Mike's on there. I feel like we were just unlucky, but that's just maybe we had some great opportunities. Unlucky. I think we were very lucky. I think we were very lucky that Plymouth didn't put their chances away, because they had the better chances in that game, and I think we was lucky. We was lucky to get a point, I think, and well, I don't know, Jacob. Do you think has Labrie's changed it then, the way we play now?
It's difficult to say. I think in terms of how we defend leads, I think the answer is yes. But in terms of our attack, listen, we weren't a 4-4-2 side at the start of the season. I think he's got the missing piece to the jigsaw solved on an attacking point of view now. I think Mayenda and Isidore can be an effective partnership, but playing the way how football is now, trying to play 4-4-2 consistently, it is very, very tough. Teams can figure you out defensively a lot easier by consistently playing 4-4-2. But then again, we have got good players to adapt to that formation well, with Mayenda running off Isidore with his good hold-up play, us putting crosses into the box. I mean, I would like to see Percy Lafille start a game in the middle of the park, but I think he's done a brilliant job on the left so far. He will be a terrific player. He's got a lot to offer for this side now to the end of the season, whether we keep him regardless or not. But yeah, it's a difficult one to tell. I mean, he might be thinking as well, there's more for me to tweak to this side for the rest of the season. I'm not fully done on a tactical point of view yet.
Right.
So sorry. So Jacob, do you think he lost that missing piece of the jigsaw puzzle yesterday? Then?
How do you mean?
He didn't go 4-4-2 from the start, did he?
Well, I think he purely just wanted to do that just for squad rotation. I think it will kick some sense into him now. Well, I hope that is the best way. Playing 4-4-2, we're going to have to start with to get results. And with a big game like Borough coming up, I think he will go back to that. He'll bring the likes of Rig and Mayenda back into the starting lineup.
I'm pretty sure Mayenda could have lasted from the start yesterday. Like, as a young lad, he's got 9 days off now, so I'm sure he could have had a full 90 minutes yesterday.
Considering he scored on Tuesday, I was shocked to see him on the bench. I think he must be thinking, you know, I'm full of confidence here. Why are you benching me for a game like this? I didn't get it, man, at all.
I just for somebody who I mean, you say about squad rotation and stuff like that, but for somebody who seems to, you know, he's not a big fan of using substitutes. It's like he has his team, and he's like, "This is my team. I know this is the best team, and I'm going to play it for as long as I can." So, squad rotation, especially this point in the season when we're doing so well, you just think you've got to just stick with your winning team. I mean, why on earth he changed it to the extent he did yesterday when we just, I wonder, well, I was going to say we're flying. We are flying. We're doing really well. Just let me quickly go back to the chat here. John Ruddock says, Dodds is Speakman. Is Speakman's man in there on the touchline to follow Speakman's orders. All sorts of suggestions there. Emma, we're always a team of two halves, yes. Right, Luke, just very quickly, I want to go. We're always trying to hit 100 likes if we can on a Sunday. We're on 40 at the moment, so if you can just hit that thumbs up, take your second to do so. If you're watching on a mobile device and you've got the live chat open, just close the live chat with that X in the corner. You'll see the thumbs up. Just hit that, smash that for us. See if we can get to 100 if we can tonight. And don't forget, of course, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit that subscribe button. It's free to subscribe. We are on our way to 10,000 subscribers. We're only 130 away, and it seems like we've been stuck on this number forever. So let's get us off this. Right, on here as well, someone says, Brian Watson. You have to blame Patterson for the second goal. He didn't come off his line. I was going to get on to Anthony Patterson. I think he's been up and down recently. I know that, Terry, I think you're quite a big fan of Patterson. Is he good enough? Has he got too big for his boots? Does he think he's better than he is? You know, there was talk of him going to Man United and all these things. Has it upset his game? Or what? Your thoughts on Patterson? Terry, you're a big fan of his.
Well, yeah, I am, but I personally don't think he's going to be a top Premier League player. I don't think he. I think he has bad games, good games. He struggled yesterday. Yeah, definitely struggled yesterday. Wasn't one of his better games, but he has flashes, you know, brilliance against Derby. He's made some good saves. He has kept us in some games. But like most players, they're going to make mistakes. I think yesterday's first goal was an error from Trey Young, went back, bounced off him towards the goal, and then he made recompense by scoring a good goal. So, you know, all players are going to make mistakes, and I think if players are out of form, that's why you do have the squad rotation. There's no harm in maybe giving Patterson a rest for a game and bringing Moore in, see what he can do, so he can do something different. Because yeah, I do think the second goal was obviously Patterson's fault, but if a keeper makes a mistake, everyone sees it. If somebody makes a mistake in midfield, not so much people will say, will
they? Right, okay.
Costs more, should I say.
Brandon's got a fan on here, and Callum Hall says, all right, Brandon. So he's on to watch you. He also says Pato's kicking needs to improve. It does. He kicking
big time.
It's been, you know, when you think of the distribution, what Jordan Pickford had, which was absolutely superb. And so many times he'll just kick it out, or it just, and I think he can be a bit unsure at the back as well. You know, all this, I know managers now, and, you know, they insist on playing out from the back, but sometimes you think, goodness sake, what you're doing, at least do the easy ball instead of trying to take people on. Brandon, what are your thoughts on Anthony Patterson?
I reckon he panics. He panics a lot when he's getting pressed by an attacker, and he just goes to kick the ball, and it ends up out or giving it away. But yeah, it was his fault, that second goal. But as Terry said, all players make mistakes.
Yeah, fair enough. Go on, carry on.
Yeah, he should have came off his line, but they again, I think the defenders were talking with him and helping him out. But
right, okay. I mean, I get it. You know, goalkeepers make mistakes. Defenders make mistakes, and that's fine. It happens. You know what I mean? It's like they're not going to get chastised and over the odd mistake here and there. It's just it's when they become constant. Back on the chat just very quickly. Another one of your friends here, Brandon GFLD. Yes, Callum lad. Go on, Brandon, son. There you go. All your fans are tuning in there. Miles Percival says Pato will never make a top Premier League side because his ball distribution is horrendous. Fair enough. Jacob, what are your thoughts on Anthony Patterson at the moment? Apart from, because our lass always brings this up, his shorts are far too tight, and maybe if he got some bigger shorts, then he might have a bit more maneuverability. Who knows? Anyway, Jacob.
I didn't notice that bit personally, but back on to...
Well, sorry, Jacob. The problem is our lass, whenever she's watching the football, always watches the crutches of all the players because she's just a dirty cow. So that's why. Sorry, on to you, Jacob.
No comment on that front, but back onto Patterson's gameplay. Yeah, it's a strange one. For me, I just don't think he's as good as a goalkeeper we think in terms of playing it out from the back. His kicking of late has been so poor. I mean, there's times where it's an easy option, kicking it straight down the middle for Isidore crying out for it, to come and receive it in midair, but he goes for the wide option, and it 9 times out of 10 at this moment in time, it goes out of play. He did this. I remember he did this pass out from the back in the first half, and the player had the opportunity to lob him. To be fair, he was off his line and he went for the shot instead. He held on to that one, but Patterson, it's hit and miss. Do you fully blame him for that goal? Plymouth's second one the other day. It's hard to say, really. I think from his point of view, could he have done more to command his box in terms of organising his defence? The answer is yes. But then again, the guy who put it in at the back post was left completely unmarked. So it's 6 and 2 frees on that one. But at this 1 minute, Patterson can have a really good game. He had that at Derby, made a few decent saves on Tuesday, and then he's back to being hit and miss like he was on Saturday. It's difficult. Could the links to Premier League sides be affecting him right now? Who knows? But I still think there are worse goalkeepers than him in this league. He's a solid Championship goalkeeper. Is he the step above that? I don't think so, personally.
Right, okay. Just very quickly on the chat, like Ian Brown says, Patterson's hit or miss. On his day, he makes a lot of mistakes, but on his day, he's the best keeper in the Championship. And, he's not a bad keeper. It's just I think he's going through a bit of a phase. The distribution is shocking for me, like it is. Emma says it's a woman thing, this looking at the players' shorts. And, of course, my wife, who's obviously tuned in, I didn't realize she was listening in the other room, says she's just window shopping, apparently. So there you go. All right, then let's move on to man of the match. Then, who do you think was the standout player for you then yesterday? Jacob, what do you think?
I thought Lafille was brilliant on the left-hand side. It's just, if that's him out of position, what's he going to be like in his natural position when he gets a decent run of games there? Because I believe it was an attacking midfield role in the middle of the park. And if he can put in a solid display like that on the left-hand side, then credit's where it's due. Brilliant from him. He put in some lovely crosses yesterday from that side. Him on set-piece duty, every corner he took landed in the right spot as well. We were unlucky not to convert one of his corners, particularly in the first half. But yeah, Lafille, brilliant. And I must say, I must put this out, I do not get the stick sometimes that Trey Hume gets as well. I thought he made a significant contribution in that game yesterday. The goal he took was a brilliant finish, and it was a wonderful cross for Isidore's volley as well. I think on his day, one of the best right backs in this league.
I didn't realise Trey Hume got a lot of stick. Is that common knowledge?
Sometimes you see it. I really, really don't understand it at all.
No, I don't get it. I think he's He's one of the better players. Emma says man of the match for her is Hume. So there you go. Brandon, your man of the match yesterday?
It's between Hume and Lafayette. Hume's done well at the back, keeping the defence in shape. Stopping each players getting past. Lafayette's
right
when he's got the ball. Lafayette's good on the wing, good with his footwork. He done some nice footwork yesterday, but fortunately, some of them was just too much he was doing.
Right, okay. I'm just quickly. Pato was bulked out a bit. Pato's overweight. Different things coming in here. Terry, who was your standout performer yesterday then?
Before I say my standout performer, I cannot wait for either Mundle or Watson to get back into the side. I really cannot wait for one of those two to get back into the side. So you'll have to put Lafayette back in the middle of the pitch where he belongs. Man of the match, I'm a right Victor Meldrew, nobody.
Aye, it's funny because I was going down that route when I was coming out of the match yesterday, and I was thinking, you know what, nobody even deserves the man of the match. But if there was somebody, I was quite impressed with Lafay as well. Actually, I thought he looks a good player. But I mean, you saying about Mundle and Watson coming back. I mean, it's a shame for Watson because Watson was really starting to hit the ground running, and it was unlucky. But
I honestly think Lafay is a good player. I think he's better in the middle of the park, but I think Mundle and Watson for me would be better on the left than Lafay. That's just my opinion.
Right. Okay then. One more thing I just want to touch on before we sort of move off from that. I mean, Jacob, was you up for the game yesterday or not?
No.
Us three were at the match. I just want to mention about the atmosphere. I mean, I thought the atmosphere was absolutely dreadful, and even the Plymouth fans weren't much better. The away fans are normally in good voice and everything, and I'm sure just by, we were if the crowd are behind the team right from the off, surely that gives the team a lift and the guys off to a good start. Did you notice that, Terry, or what? I don't
think players need to be lifted. They should lift themselves. They're getting paid loads of cash. They're paying for, they're playing in a sport and a job that a lot of people would love to do. So for me, all that bollocks about fans lifting players should have it in them already to get out there, do a job, get stuck in. They should be raising the fans as well. But at the same time, I thought Plymouth fans are fantastic. I thought they're brilliant. I thought there was a lot of comedy songs yesterday. We've got a corner. They were singing about having a corner. We draw in the over the moon. We're drawn. I thought, they really have got a good sense of humour. And I thought there was a decent crowd coming up from Plymouth, considering the bottom of the table. They're even 4 points adrift, and they just got smashed against Burnley 5-0. So I thought it was a good turnout.
Well, I have to say, I mean, I've got to give credit to the Plymouth fans because they are one of my favourite set of fans. And at the Wheat Sheaf, they always have a massive turnout. And it was brilliant again, the atmosphere in there yesterday. So hat off to the Plymouth fans. I am actually going to, I've got quite a bit of video footage. I'm going to put that onto our channel for you all to see. And they are a great set, without a doubt. Rooster Coburn on the chat says 40,000 librarians. I don't fully agree with you either, Terry, about where you say, all this bollocks about the crowd lifting the players. They should be up for it anyway.
I think the crowd can lift the players in certain points of the game and towards the end of the game. But I think at the start of the game, the team should come out and they should be up for it already. They shouldn't need lifting at the start of the game. They should be out there. They know the drill. They're going for the top two, for God's sake, man. A chance for promotion, chance to be in the Premier League. What else do they need to get lifted up with?
Yeah, fair enough. But I mean, when there's a tackle goes in, a proper full-on tackle, and the crowd, and then another one goes in, and the crowd gets up, and it fires the players up. It definitely works when it's like that. And I just thought the atmosphere was very poor.
You know what? If the
yesterday.
team had come out yesterday and they were really up for a bat and they really went for the jugular, the crowd would lift anyway.
Yeah. Brandon, what did you think about the atmosphere yesterday? Did you think it was all right? Was it just me or what?
Where I was sitting, the atmosphere wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Yes, it went quiet. It went quiet for about half an hour, and then as soon as we started to get the goals, the crowd just where I was sitting just started getting louder.
Whereabouts?
I don't know.
Whereabouts are you, Brandon? Where do you sit in the ground?
Top of the south stand.
Top of the south stand. So there you go. See, I'm in the Premier Concourse with all the old men, you see. So it's like I don't hear a lot of it down there, you know. And
you're allowed your walking stick in there, Phil.
You what?
You're allowed your walking stick in there.
I don't know. I think I might need an hearing aid because I mean,
is that a dangerous
weapon? Brandon's thinking, saying it wasn't too bad. Maybe I just can't hear anymore.
Just take your walking stick down your trousers, you know. You might make your pants a bit tighter for carrying.
Listen, I don't need a walking stick down my trousers. Way right. Tony Lee says he thought Lefebvre was poor second half. Right, fair enough. Right then, couple of things then. Yeah, go on. I've still got time to get on the way. Is it just a trip to Wembley now then, or are we still fully in the thick of things? Brandon?
I don't know. I don't think we'll get automatics, but playoffs is definitely on.
Oh, Brandon, why don't you think we're going to get automatics then? I mean, it's not like we're a million miles away, is it?
Nah, just the way Leeds and who's in second? Burnley. Sheffield United.
Sheffield United at the minute.
Sheffield United. The way them two have been playing this season at the minute, they've been getting the results that they need.
The way Sheffield United played on Friday says it's still home, isn't it? It's but anyway, Jacob, are we going to Wembley or are we still on for top two?
Top two, it's a no for me. I just think the three sides above us have got
Jacob,
more in depth.
I don't want to hear this.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion, mate. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, Philly. I just believe we won't get it.
Jacob, you are 100% entitled to your opinion. I don't have to like your opinion. But
Terry's going to agree with me, by the way.
No!
So you're ranting and raving it in.
Terry, I'm not going to agree with you for a simple reason. The fact that is, there's 17 games to go with 3 points off Sheffield, 2 points off Burnley, and it's still wide open. We've just got to make sure we tweak our tactics, bring a couple of players in, and really go for it. I don't think we're going to get much of an opportunity getting top two again like this. This is a real good opportunity getting the top two. It really is. 17 games to go, all to play for. Anything can happen. You've got to believe. That's why I was so disappointed yesterday to throw away 2 points. We had that chance to get right up there amongst the top two, and we blew it. Let's hope that to kick up the arse we need, and we turn things around in the future, the next 17 games.
Are you thinking Wembley are top two though, Terry?
I don't want Wembley. I don't waste all my money travelling around the world. Top two, automatic promotion, straight to Premier League. That's what we need. That's what I want.
When does Sunderland play around the world? Like, in what decade is that? I mean, you and I can't. I've never been to see them play in Europe. So
you don't know what can happen. Look at Bournemouth. Look how good Bournemouth can play. Nottingham Forest. Out can happen. You never know. Get in the Premier League first, and we'll see what happens.
Right. Okay. Listen. God, where was that? Rob, SAFC fans. SAFC says all the top four dropping points. No team is running away with it. That's exactly right. And on that point, hang on. Let's get some more likes in first. Look, we're after 100 likes. We like to go for on a Sunday. We're on 53. Oh wait, man! All you got to do is hit the thumbs up. Just give it a whack. Hit that like button. Do that. Let's get us up to 100. Do that. And while you're on, hit the subscribe button. Let's get it to 10,000. Right then. Tomorrow, then Leeds United versus Burnley. What would you like the score to be? Are you wanting a Leeds win, a Burnley win? Are you wanting a draw?
Draw.
What do you think is going to be best for us, Jacob?
I'll go for a draw, to be fair, which is, I think, what it will be tomorrow. I think Burnley, solid side. I think they've only conceded 9 goals all season. That's a terrific stat to have. And Leeds, they're the top goal scorers in the division, but Burnley are really solid at home. I think a draw will be the final outcome, which I think will be pretty decent for us.
Right, on the chat, just very quickly, you can tell that that Karen does my accounts here because she's so tight with money and will not let me have any money. I'm not allowed to spend any money. And she says, I agree with Terry, wasting money going to Wembley. All right. So there you go. Terry, what go on, there's one in there.
So why did she let you change your teeth?
Why what?
Why did she let you change your teeth?
Well, because I've looked after her so well over the last 18 months, nursed her back to the health she's in now. It was my little reward.
Is that your reward?
Listen, do you think she didn't give me a hard time over spending the money on these teeth? I've never heard the last of it, man. But we have had a new bathroom and we've spent money on the house and all this. So she's got stuff she wanted doing. I'm not bothered about a new bathroom.
I reckon she was just pleased to get with you for a few weeks, was she?
So anyway, listen. All right, haven't they? Right. Terry, what score do you want it to be tomorrow then? What do you think's best for us? Leeds, Burnley.
Before starting that, I would love to know what the record is for the least amount of goals scored in the season in the Championship. That would be interesting to see if Burnley are really in there for the record. I'm going to go for a draw. I'm hoping for like maybe a 0-0 draw.
So you
keep all the teams down there within the periphery, so we got a chance to catch them all. Definitely a draw will do.
I know, but you could either. I mean, there's a couple of ways of looking at it anyway. I mean, you could say, right, let Leeds win, let one team run away with it, and keep the second place closer. But I think because it is that close, I think we might be. It might be the sensible result. Brandon, what do you think the best score for us is going to be tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going for a draw. Just keep them there.
A draw as well.
Better to catch up to them.
Yeah, I think so. I think, like I said, because it is so tight, I think the worst score for us would probably be a Leeds win. I think. But we'll wait and see. I mean, it's like it's nice that we're all we're not cut adrift. Tony Lee saying a Leeds win best for us. I'm not sure. Ian Brown, Leeds win. We battled Sheffield and Burnley this season. We can challenge them for second. We've done, to be honest, we should have beaten Sheffield United. We battered them. We should have beaten Burnley. Missed 2 penalties against them. And we are better against these better teams. And it wouldn't surprise me one bit if we went to Leeds and came away at least with something. We just do seem to play better against those teams. Right, okay. What we got left? Just over 10 minutes or so. Right, I'll tell you what. Then transfer deadline day is going to be a week tomorrow. So, well, I'll tell you what. I'll say first of all, do you think we're in danger of losing any of our key players in this next week? And if you think that, then who? Brandon, do you want to have a go at that first?
Dan Neil, maybe. I don't think Dan Neil will stay.
You don't think he'll stay?
I think he'll go.
Have we had any? Has anybody been interested in him? I've
Everton.
Everton have.
Everton. Right. So you think Dan Neil's a possibility? Anybody else, or just him? Brandon, are you there?
Yeah. Sorry, I reckon going on the season, if Patterson might go if we don't go up, but if we do go up, I reckon he'll stay. Just depends. But apart from that, I don't think anyone else will go.
Right, okay then. Before I pass it about, my wife's getting on there as well. Says the man with new teeth, new Range Rover, and still actually has done frig all to help me. Honestly, she's such a liar. I'm married to a liar. Honestly, I've nursed her back to the state of it now, and she's still not great. I mean, but honestly, I've done everything for her, and this is the thanks you get.
You know there's life after YouTube, don't you?
What?
You know there's life after YouTube, don't you?
Wait, listen. Terry, do you think we could lose anybody in this next week or what?
We got rid of Rushan today. He's got a loan, hasn't he? There somewhere, and
yeah, but I'm on about major
someone. But
backbenchers are no good. Are they?
Possibly we might lose Samid, unfortunately. You know what I mean? I'm only joking. I think nobody will go. To be honest, I think we'll keep them all. I think they'll all stay. I think they've all hopefully have a point to prove. I think Dan Neil will stay as his captain, and he's a Sunderland fan. I think he'll leave it to the end of the season. I think it seems a bit harsh for anybody to jump ship at this stage when promotion's still there. I think they'll all want to come together, fight together, knuckle down, and hopefully get promoted this season. So I think nobody will leave, Phil.
Right, okay.
Unless there's a ridiculous flipping bid comes in from someone like 40 million for Job or something ridiculous as they get massive high number, then obviously the owners might sell. But I think it would be, I think they'll all stay. Right,
okay. Come on, you, Jacob, Emma, and my wife are just between them. It's character assassination of me down there. So thanks, Emma, for that. Jacob, do you think we're in danger of losing anybody in this next week? I'll tell you what, I'm in danger of losing my wife. If she carries on like this, she'll be out the door with them bags packed. That's what I'm saying. Right. I'm brave on that. Right, go on, Jacob.
No comment on that front once again. I think we'll be fine. I agree with Terry. I think the club will be very stubborn to let someone go, particularly in this window, who's an important part of the side, particularly Dan Neil, who over the last 2 months has been one of our better players in this team. He's, for me, one of the first names on the team sheet. I think he had a bit of an iffy start to the season, but now I think he's coming into his own again and showing his class, hence why he's been linked with that Everton move of late. I think it will be absolute scandalous to let him go this window. I think the summer, I think that's a different debate. But I think, we'll manage to keep the key players we've got in this. I think it will take a huge bid for even one to leave in this window.
Right, okay. Tony Lee said West Ham are interested in Dan Neil. I want to say a massive thanks to Mike, who's donated £2 for not for the channel, for Karen, not for me. Can we have a round of applause, please, for Mike? Thank you very much. Because obviously Karen's slating us down here, because I did go to Turkey and bring a load of snidey stuff back, and she's calling my jacket a Pebble Island jacket. It wasn't actually. It's Canada Duck is my jacket. My sweatshirt, Pebble Island. but there you go. All right then. Who would you like to see come in then? We've got a week to bring someone in. We touched on it earlier at the start. Are we needing strikers, midfielders, defenders? Are we needing a goalie? Or what do you think? Who would you bring in, Jacob?
Sorry, just repeat the question again, then, Phil.
All right, I'll go to Terry first, and then I'll come back to you with it. Terry.
Yeah, no.
I think we just need another striker, to be honest. And now striker, I know it's difficult to come by, and you may have to pay over odds. Probably another loan. I don't know. Are we allowed another loan? Got rid of Samid, got different loan in. I'd swap Samid now and bring in a loan striker, but a quality striker, somebody who's maybe some of the Premier League, we can get a youngster up and coming. I don't know, but yeah, we need someone else up front just to help Isidore and Mienda at times. And if you're going to muck about with the squad, then and play 4-4-2.
Have you got anybody in mind? Does anybody spring
No,
to
I've
mind?
got anybody in mind. I haven't got a clue, to be honest.
Not really. Jacob?
In terms of what I go for, a cover at fullback, definitely. And yeah, 100% a striker. I think the past week, in terms of who's been linked, I think Chuba Akpom from Ajax would be ideal for. You look back at the job he did at Borough 2 seasons ago, the goals he scored in this league, who played a key part in Borough almost going up that season. So, yeah, he would be fantastic if we could get him in. In terms of fullbacks, I'm not quite. I think it will be a loan there. I know potentially we were looking at Callum Britton from Blackburn. He was one of the names being linked. I think he's a left back, but I think there could be an unexpected a person being linked on that front.
Right, okay. Brandon, new signings coming in next week. What do you think we need? A striker, midfielder, defender, goalie, anybody?
Striker. We need an experienced striker who's like experienced to the Championship, maybe Premier League.
Right, okay. So you'd like to see a striker brought in as well, right? Okay, look, we're nearly out of time now. Let's have one last push for likes. We've got 64. We'd love to get to 100 if we can. Just hit the thumbs up if you would, please. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Free to subscribe. Just do that. One last question for you then, because since we were last on here, Derby County, does anybody know yet why Isidore's goal was disallowed?
Terry, go first. He loves a rant.
Right, if you want to get the proper answer, go on to my vlog yesterday. I was talking to a referee, Sunderland fan referee. He said he had someone he spoke to about it, and he gives it the reason why.
All right, okay. So right, and that's on your vlog. So you're
on
not
my
going
vlog,
to on here.
He's a referee. He's a Sunderland fan. He's every little son yesterday, and he said he spoke to somebody. I forget who it was. Now he explains it all in the video anyway.
Right, okay then. So you've got to go to Terry's channel if you want to know the answer to that.
I had a couple of pints by then, so I'm forgetting.
Right, because has it got anything to do? Because I heard about this. The fourth official had a look
the
at
fourth
the
official, yeah.
Had a look at the monitor.
Exactly what happened.
Hey, if that's right, man, that's not on. That's I'll tell you what. And the thing is, if that goal costs us a second place because of goal difference,
and nothing will happen.
Well, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. It's but I mean, it's just shocking. So you know the answer. Well, you know what you've been told, and Mike has very kindly put the link up to it in the chat there, so you can go directly to it. And
just about 10 minutes in, it's just after being to Wincy's Bar and Grill, went to the Hilton Hotel. It was the first person I spoke to. Right,
okay, right, nice one. Mike also says on this bringing a striker in, Defoe, one last dance again, third time lucky. There you go. Right, okay, that just about wraps it up. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday. We are we'll have some content to put on for you. We're going to show you what the Plymouth fans were like in the Wheat Sheaf. We will also be back next Sunday with some more new members who should be good next week. Should be. I'm thinking it's going to be good. So we'll be on there. Looking forward to Middlesbrough on Monday, and we'll be analysing how the league's gone, how the teams around us have done, and where we can finish should we get the 3 points against Middlesbrough. Thanks for joining us, fellas. It's been a while since I've done this, so let me get back on this so I do it right. There we go. Right, Jacob, would you just like to say bye to everybody if you would?
Bye, everyone. Have a solid, hard-working week, and as I always say, it's good to say it once again. It's good to be back. Keep the faith.
Keep the faith. Keep the fight, bruv. Brandon, just want to say bye to everybody.
Yeah, everyone have a nice week and hopefully get 3 points against Borough.
Do you mean that? Do you mean everyone have a nice week? Because it didn't sound like
do.
you meant it. I think you were just saying it. All right, Terry, just say bye to everybody, would you?
I want to say well done, Brandon, on his first episode. Well done. Good premiere there. But goodbye, everybody. Have a good week and enjoy your stress-free week with no Sunderland games on.
There you go. Right. Thanks for tuning in. Again, thanks, Brandon. Did well on your first time there. Don't forget, please, to like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about it. And if you are a member of the channel, by the way, watch for your name in the credits at the end. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.